Hey everybody, my name is Rydo, and today we will be starting a series for The Walking Dead Season 2. So, first things first you want to do is either uh, watch my Walking Dead Season 1 series, or play the game yourself, or both. I'd prefer if you did both. Uh, as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem like any of the decisions or save files from the first game can be accessed in the second game. I think this is going to be a clean break on the storyline, even though it's a continuation of the storyline. I don't think they're going to refer to something you may have done in episode 1 of season 1 in season 2. Let's take a look here. Since The Walking Dead was the first game by Telltale that really broke them out of the mold, really, and brought them to much more popularity, they've updated their options here. So, controls, nothing really special here. You move the character with the left stick. There's an inventory apparently, that'll be new. You can pause with the start button. You can move the cursor reticle. You can run or have fight options with the right trigger. Wow, that's weird. And then actions are the mouse buttons. Compared to The Walking Dead 1, you didn't have an inventory really. You picked up some items, and sometimes you can use those items on specific things, but you hardly had a special dedicated button to choose your inventory. And we didn't have any run or fight actions unless it was very situational specific and they wanted us to run. So it's feeling like there might be some more gameplay in this. Now here's the audio video thing that they have started doing, and I don't know why Telltale did this. It's so ridiculous. This is all audio stuff. Arguably subtitles might not be in video, but then brightness has really no point being in this menu. It all, brightness and subtitles maybe, should be in graphics. Brightness absolutely should. And again, like all of the new Telltale games, they don't set the resolution to a full screen. So I have to sit here and click and go, I want it to be at 1920 by 1080. They didn't start me off at 800 by 600, that's fortunate. But yeah, I had to sit here and go all the way up to what I want it to be at, 1920 by 1080, that's 1080p. Make sure it's on full screen. Texture quality can be high or low, I'd definitely say high. They should be able to detect my video card and realize I want to be there. Settings have changed. Save these settings? No, just restore the old ones. And then credits. You have credits for each episode, and it started playing music on that, so that'll probably give me trouble when we get to the credits. Gameplay. We can invert the y-axis with axis, which might be useful for some people. And then you can do display style minimal or standard. And we learned in the in the first season of Walking Dead that minimal means you don't get dots on objects you should click on, and the little mentions of whether somebody will remember what you said or not. So I would highly recommend everybody play on standard. Again, we're exiting out and canceling. It's a little weird the way they're asking that question. We have no choices to look at right now. And you can click on that Welcome to The Walking Dead Season 2 thing to go to their website. And they're all about the DLC that's going to be coming out for this, which is a 3-episode story based on Michonne. I don't know how to pronounce her name. But that's not out yet. It possibly won't be out, or I may just not have time to do it. or money to buy it. Either way, uh, by the time we're done with this episode 2, I just finished episode 1 and did the 400 days DLC. I should mention that I played the 400 days DLC for episode 1 and got every single person to go with the lady to their new settlement. It didn't do any different ending other than the pictures over the credits. Some of my choices did change that. Also, some of my choices actually affected episodes set at the future. So if you don't kill a zombie that you can just leave alone, it might show up at in the next section and affect somebody else. And there was a whole section there where with Bonnie that I did not realize that Bonnie's story was about them stealing from the gas station people and Shell's people. So that was all related, and I didn't even catch that because they just didn't explain it enough. But yeah, no special ending for getting everybody to go. There probably wouldn't be a special ending if you got everybody to not go. So yeah, I found the last episode of season 1, episode 5, pretty short, and then the DLC is pretty short, and it's hard to not feel like if they had just put the energy that they spent on the DLC to make the last episode of the game a little bit longer, the game would have wrapped up a little bit better. So we don't really need to recap too much of the story of The Walking Dead 1 because we'll get a previously on, but basically this is a story-based series, and we played as a character named Lee, and we found this girl named Clementine, and throughout the first season we made decisions that Clementine basically watched and learned from and tried to help her survive, and we worked with a bunch of people, and most of the people we worked with were either a loony or they were either crazy or dumb and became big burdens on the group, but in general I'd say barely 51% they were helpful against the zombies. Yes, this game is set in a zombie apocalypse. I haven't said that yet. This is based on the comic book series, but the story is not the same as the comic book, and same is true with the TV series. Everything is just kind of the same concept, but not particularly in the same world, not particularly in going to line up in what happens. Even though one of the characters from the TV series did show up in the first season, I think you'd be better off assuming the video game world is not really related to the TV world. Anyways, let's begin. Episode 1, All That Remains. There is Clementine on the right, and we left her at the end of season 1. She was on a hill about to meet some people. We didn't know if they were going to be good guys or bad guys or the people she was supposed to meet, and she was pretty much all alone, and that's where we got left. And now we're going to see what happens from that point, or after that point. Maybe not exactly from that point. Let's begin. Import save 1. Okay, so here we go. I haven't done anything, so Seasons 2 of The Walking Dead builds off Seasons 1 choices and consequences. The game will automatically search your system for Season 1 save files with the completed episode. Wouldn't it be terrible if it didn't find it? Okay. Save file found. Good. A Season 1 save file was found. You will now need to choose a save slot from Seasons 1 to continue your story. Choices will be randomly generated from any unfinished episode. Okay. Well, so we've completed season 1 in 400 days, and we are now going to get to continue our personal story or we could just play without a save, and then it would just be either randomized or the default one. But let's just continue our story. We made some wrong choices, and if I had time, it would have probably been nice for me to go back and play the first season again and make the choices I wanted to make. But I mean, here's a scene from the 400 days. Is the 400 days events really gonna affect this? I wonder. 400 days is the DLC. So we'll just continue our story. We have to live with the choices we made.
Previously on The Walking Dead. What's your name?
I'm Clementine.
You've been all by yourself through this?
I know who you are, and I know you're a killer. It's how the world works now!
Lee, are those bad people dead?
I hope you know what you're doing with her.
I got it! Molly said Crawford is the only place left in Savannah that still has people. That means it must be where my mom and dad are.
Okay, you can come, but you have to promise to stay quiet. Clementine? Clementine! Oh, no.
I know how to be a dad, you know. She wouldn't be exposed to what she has been with you.
Die!
Lee, I saw my parents.
No. You can leave me. It's okay.
You can come with me.
No, honey. I can't. It's okay. Find Omid and Krista.
This is a better point to end this story. The fact that they show the scene after this is kind of, I think, wasn't as impactful. Almost all those decisions were really based on what happened in episode 5. They didn't show any real decisions that happened in any of the previous episodes. Of course, things that led up to episode 5 might have affected what I chose and could do in episode 5. Really can't know. So I have to really rescind the whole thought that I thought they weren't going to look at the save files. I did say that at the beginning.
What do you think?
Omid, you can't be serious.
I am.
We are not doing that.
Why not?
Aw, she is
Because-
pregnant. I knew it. Called it. They didn't say it
Come on, Krista.
In
What's
the-
wrong with Omid?
game, but
We're
they
not calling
implied
our
it.
baby Omid. One of you is enough. Clementine, a little help here?
Omid the second.
No.
Omid Jr.
No.
You have to admit it has a ring to it.
You two should decide.
But the vote's deadline.
Yeah? Well, my vote counts for 2.
That's not fair.
Are you going into labor soon? No? Then don't talk to me about fair.
So we're now playing as
You're
Clementine
not taking
instead
this
of Lee.
seriously.
I take everything seriously. Especially little Omid's future.
Keep talking, and you'll be sleeping in the rain tonight. Remember that time in Barstow?
Vegas weekend?
She's going into
Why
the
don't
men's
you,
bathroom.
get cleaned up in the girls' room, Clem?
I hope the sink works in there.
I wouldn't count on it. Just be careful and make sure to keep track of your things. We'll be right next door.
Okay.
What are they doing in the bath?
Hello?
I guess he's probably just protecting her. Alright. Hey look, a mirror. A mirror that actually sort of works in a game. That is a rarity. Alright. This is definitely some different cursors we've got going on here. This is a whole new system. Alright, so the stall closest to the door is the cleanest.
Oh,
Studies have
gross.
shown. If that's true in this case, then we can only assume that it's gonna be worse. Look at her, she's
What's
always
that?
on her guard, got the gun ready. That's the survivor you need to be in a zombie apocalypse. Feel like a proud papa. Really.
Phew. Good.
Really do.
No one's here. Guess it's safe to get cleaned up.
Talking out loud, that's kind of silly. But, so somebody's probably gonna crawl through here. I wonder if the zombies would crawl through the ceiling ducts. Hey, it really works. She still has the haircut I gave her in the first game. Maybe it will really affect stuff in the second season. Alright. So we got bottled water. I would think you wouldn't want to use water to clean. But I mean, if you got stream water, salt water,
Better.
undrinkable water.
Oh, shoot.
Let's see. Look at the faucet.
Please have water.
See, I need to take this gun and but how is there gonna be a zombie in there? How can there possibly be a zombie in there when we saw it?
Ew.
Oh, no zombie. That seat looks like it's gonna break. Don't stand on toilet seats. You'll fall off or they'll break.
I see you. Get out of there. You're not fooling me. Come on out now.
Leave me alone.
Don't think I will.
Why not?
Are you stupid or something? Get out here.
Well, she's gonna bring this fight on herself.
You got anything on you? Come on, let's see. I ain't gonna ask again.
You don't have to do this. It's mean.
You gotta be mean to keep going out here.
I'm not mean.
Yeah? And who got your gun? I'm serious. What else you got?
That's it.
Don't lie to me. I'll pop you. Give me what you got. I'm not screwing around. Come on.
Just walk away.
Whatever. Give me that hat.
No.
Where'd you get it? I asked you a question.
My dad gave it to me.
Just give it to me.
Okay.
Junk, junk, junk. Look at all this junk. Shit, shit, and more shit. Why you ain't got nothing good? Not like the last people I got. They had all kinds of good shit. That was a good catch. You ain't got nothing good. You're just a little fish. You gonna cry, little fish? This your daddy? What a bozo.
Really? It's a little early. Did I kill him just by not giving the hat over?
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean.
Wow. Was not seeing this happening this early.
Oh God. Omi, can you hear me?
Thought it was gonna take at least a little while longer than that to break us up. She gonna shoot herself while she's pregnant? And leave poor Clementine alone? Well, they kinda had to get rid of Omid and his wife, I forget her name, it starts with a CH. Because there was options in episode 5 that didn't have you go with them. So they had to get rid of everybody and leave her alone.
Krista, talk to me.
Krista. So they pretty much have to get rid of Krista too. Or have her talking to somebody else. So the baby's gone. Is that zombie baby?
This will never work. Look at this. It's pathetic. The wood's too wet to burn. It's more smoke than flame. At this rate, we'll be eating this for breakfast.
It's okay. I can wait.
All we do is wait. And for what? You should be doing this, not me. Tending a fire so you can cook and stay warm. It's something you have to be able to do, Clementine. Otherwise...
She's potentially not really there. This might be the old trick. She's a hallucination.
We can't build a big fire at night. It attracts too much attention. It's too dangerous when we're out here by ourselves.
We need to eat, don't we? We can't survive without food.
I'm freezing.
You think this is bad? Wait till we get up to Wellington. Then talk to me about cold. If we make it.
So I could
We
have
still
given
have a
her
couple
a
hard
jacket
months
a
ahead of
long
us.
time ago.
This rain will turn to sleet. Then ice. Then snow. It won't be easy.
Is it safe there?
Safer than here because of the cold. Or so they say. We just need to keep moving north.
So they're moving north to Wellington, Pennsylvania? Question mark?
We need to get to Wellington.
We'll try the best we can. I'm gonna go look for more wood. You just keep the fire lit.
So, assumedly that's a rabbit, maybe a dog, cat, hard to tell. So here's a picture of Lee. And here's a drawing of Kenny's family. Ken and his family, all dead now, assumedly. And a lighter. She puts stickers on everything of hers. I guess there wouldn't be a real drought of stickers in the zombie apocalypse. And we need to light the fire. And we will light this campfire next episode. We didn't get super far. Although, very surprisingly, 2 people dead already. 2 potential characters that maybe we wouldn't have actually dealt with. We can see there's definitely a different interface. This feels very much like the 400 Days interface than the original Walking Dead. They've made some improvement, and we have an inventory here, so we can at least cycle through it. Maybe that's just there to let us see what is in our inventory, and we can't actually ever use it. Can't really click on it or anything. So far so good. I don't feel like any of the decisions made in episode 1 through 4 of the first game really crossed over directly. The decisions we made in episode 1 through 4 of the first season seems to have, let's just pause it in case there is actually a timer on that, seem to have come to a groundswell in episode 5, and then whatever decisions we could have made in episode 5 seem to have carried over. Maybe some stuff we did in the 400 days will carry over too. That would be interesting, considering I saved everybody, or at least I think I saved everybody in the 400 days. So, kinda did a close to perfect run. Anyways, that's where we're gonna end it. I end all my episodes the same way. I ask you to like my videos. I ask you to share it with your friends. I ask you to subscribe to my channel. I ask you to comment if you want to. And I ask you to watch every second of my videos, because all that helps me with YouTube. I'm a relatively new YouTuber, and I need all the support I can get. Also, if you want to support me financially, you can click on my name, Rydo. That takes you to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. You can click that and make a donation. Also on my main YouTube page is a playlist tab where you can click there and see a playlist for every game I'm covering or have already covered. There are a lot of them. Go check them out, watch some more. Also helpful in building my brand is I ask people to follow and friend me on social media sites. So down below you have links for things like Google+, Twitter, Facebook. You can friend me on Steam and Battle.net, Tumblr, maybe a couple more. Who knows? I may add one at any point. So it helps me with all of those sites, and it helps you see when I have new episodes out. I release new episodes every Monday through Friday, quite a few at this point. So there's always something new to watch. Please come back for the next episode. Thank you for watching, and have a good evening.